Hello and welcome back to Castelnaud. Right, as you can see, we are just arriving at a sell point, actually, to get some butter sold. Oh, it's already selling. I was hoping to get it in one nice big sum, but that's fine. So we got call it £15,000 plus the remaining amount, which was another about 9. So that's not too bad at all. I did notice that close that right before moving on to March, as I had fully intended on doing for this episode. Turns out, yeah, the price of butter was really good, so I've decided to sell some. So I will head back to the farm now, and then we'll move on to March. Good morning and welcome to March. Right, as you can see, we've got property maintenance of 3,300, so even without the pigs, it is still quite a bit. I think it is this farm area, this house, this cow, all this big area we have. Right, so first thing we need to do is have a look at the crops, see how they're getting on. Right, so being that it is now March, things can start to grow at the very least. So I think the best thing we can do this month is look at the nut trees, which is exactly what we're going to do. So again, we'll just look here again. You can see nothing is happening. The alfalfa that we did work on is still growing, which actually gives us the possibility to spread some more nitrogen. I did spread some slurry, and it seemed to be it did something. It went from 20 or 0, well, that space, I don't know what it was at, but anyways, it did go up. So maybe it's just worth at least doing it. So we can even stick a helper on that to do that, but I want to primarily focus on the trees, which are down here. So we do have this new area here, and I wanted to purchase this one. So it is £55,000, and potentially also this small field as well, turn it into a sort of yard. So here we are. This area, we'll just open the map nice and big. You can see, actually you can't really see it. There we go, that's better. So this is the area I want to buy, because we do have the hazelnut, the I think chestnut as well. Sorry, regular nut, and then also we have at the top, we have the chestnut. So we have 3 kinds, and then eventually we can purchase the area just to the south here, across the track, which has chestnut as well, but a different kind of chestnut. Also has the regular nut that we do need for cheese production, and another kind of chestnut. So it does have the 2 kinds of nuts. Now let's see. Here we go. Right, so you can see them all there. Very nice. And of course, if we need even more, we have more trees over here. So I think that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to purchase this farmland. Brilliant. So now we do own this one. So what do we do now? I suppose we probably want to... What do we do now? I reckon this kit, where is it? This kit here is for the trees. Right, it would be about the right distance and all. So what we must have to do is get the soil information. Because as you can see, I mean, you can see all the trees, but you can't see if it is growing or not. And none of this either. So let's see if we can purchase it. Brilliant. £1,662. We've purchased it. Nitrogen is 0, as you'd expect. pH is low as well. Alright, so is it one big field then? It is. It does. It does act, it would seem, as one large field. So I don't think we need all the fancy kit. I think we could just get our spreader in here with the lime and go down one of the rows. I think it would be fine. Because that's what we should probably do now that it is growing officially. It doesn't say that it is here, but that's fine, because we know I suppose it'll say when it's ready. Well, we are learning, so we'll figure it out. I'm sure it's fine. You can tell by the calendar as well that there is a small window of opportunity to harvest, and that is in October, in the autumn. So that makes sense, to be honest, that it would grow through the spring and summer. Right, so I suppose we could get working in there straight away. So we'll go back up to the farm and see what's happening. What do we have going on? We have our... Okay, we've got... Did I use all the lime? Oh, we're going to have to use even more lime. Might have to go back down to the shop. 4,000, that might be enough. Might be enough. Right, let's get the Massey. Where is the Massey? There we are. So another thing I realized as well, taking down the butter to the shop, is that once we get a trailer for the Fiat truck here, the lorry, then we'll definitely take advantage of using that instead. We could use one of the flatbed, the flatbed trailers that we have here. We have the two, but with the tractor it's just so slow to get where we need to go. So, right, eventually my plan will be to have a small setup specifically for the trees, because I did say that the tree tractor will be the Renault, but I am going to use the Massey just because we're here now and getting it all set up. We might as well. Also, I've just realized something about the Renault that I might not have realized before, but I don't think it had the option to put sensors on, which would mean that it would require a sensor on the front if we were to do any sort of sensor required work. I don't know. Don't know if I want that, to be honest. Again, it is primarily going to be for harvesting the nuts themselves, so I think we don't really need that. We can use this. We don't need this kind of kit down there. Maybe something for fertilizer or whatever, but we'll look into that. Alright, so quick stop on the way. I did want to do a nice little time lapse to get us to where we're going, because I did get lost. As you can see, I am over here now, and we need to get down here, so I'm not quite that lost, but I did find a cheeky bit of a collectible. Well, not a cheeky bit, a full collectible. But apparently, also, oh yes, before I forget, there was a comment, and I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly who it was off the top of my head, but I believe Chris. That's just off the top of my head. It could be incorrect, so I do apologise if that's the case. But apparently, somewhere here in the city centre, I reckon he said. Can't remember if it was. Aha! It shows which ones we don't have. Now I wonder. I didn't really think of this, but I reckon the map itself is a clue as to where they are. So this one here will be in that area. That has to be, because where are we now? Or where were we? We were up here. So there's Windy Road. That's that windy road there, is that it? And then that's that. We were there. Oh yeah, right there. So that's that piece. That's brand new, this piece here. It must be. Right. Okay. I'm going to try and remember next time we find another collectible to check the board before we pick it up so we can see where it's placed. But I reckon it has to be it, right? It has to be. Anyways, we'll crack on with the time lapse. Alright. Fantastic, we have arrived. And what an absolutely beautiful view coming down that hill to see the trees in the distance. Really, really like that. Now, where are we specifically here? Let's zoom in on where we are. So there's a small... I do own this sort of area here along the road. So we could put a small shed there. We wouldn't even have to buy a whole new area, which I think is a pretty good idea. But we'll see how it goes. Right, now spread. I can't remember exactly. Do you think I should go down 1 or 2? Let's try 1 to start. Now, is the sensor on? Turn on. Crop sensor. Now it's on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, let's just try it. Oh, you know what? I think 1 is perfect. It's perfect. It's fairly perfect. Is it? Is it perfect? I can't really tell. I think that's fine. In fact, we could be a bit cheeky with this and stick a helper on it. Helper has no idea what's going on. No, no idea. Not a clue. I'm having the foggiest, he says. Alright, well, let's we'll crack on with it ourselves. Now, I'm staying as close as I can to this tree because I've realized that the very edge didn't seem to be quite getting hit by the lime, but I think we're fine. Alright, so as you can see we have run out of lime, but for the most part it's looking really, really healthy. I am a bit frustrated with this line here, but that's because, yeah, you do have to go down every row and just stay a bit close to the one side of the tree. I wonder if I had gone down the middle the first time if it would have been better, but nevertheless I might go back over it. It might take less because it's a smaller space, but we'll see. Anyways, I do have to go to the shop, so we'll go and collect the little pickup. There we are, and we'll head down to the shop. I do want to see. Honestly, I reckon every bit of kit that I have, you know, like that's almost worth buying just to have as a backup, isn't it? You know, specifically for nuts, but really we don't need it. So I'm not going to expense on things we don't need. We do need lime, and we might as well get the correct amount for the, where is it? The spreader, 6,000. Well, we can fit more than 6,000 on the on this, so we'll do that. We'll do lime. So that's more than we need. That's what we do need. We'll do like that. That should be fine. 12,000. 2 in the back trailer. 2 in the back of the pickup. Because when I was going down, yeah, I really want to get a nice big flatbed trailer for the tractor truck unit, the big lorry, because then it would be much more feasible, I reckon. Anyways, we'll go get this lime, and we'll see you back at the trees. Alright, so here's a quick little update about how everything's going here. The helper is taking the lime to the trees, and I'm here at the farm to collect the sensor. I have changed my mind about the Renault. I am going to put the sensor on the front, and I will put the lime spreader, I reckon, on the back. I will bring down a full load of muck, but I think the Massey will be the better tractor to cart and haul around the muck. So I'm going to get this attached here, and I'll get it attached to the muck spreader as well. Actually, I don't know, should we do muck or slurry? What is the best to do? Blimey, look at that. We've got so much slurry. I reckon slurry is probably the better option. So I will get this all connected up. Don't know what I'm doing, as if I'm reversing into anything. I need to put this on the front, not the back. So I'll get I'll get this sensor all set up, and we'll see you back at the trees. Alright, so as you can see, I am just hooking up here to the slurry with the Renault. So I did go and fetch it from the shipyard there. I'm not going to be doing the slurry spreading with the Renault. I'll do it with the Massey, because it is quicker and more powerful tractor, but I am going to bring this down in the Renault, and we do of course need the sensor for the Renault if we're doing anything with it. So the liming is what I'll do with the Renault, and we need the sensor for that. So now that we're all set up for, yeah, it does look really ridiculous on the back of here anyways. Hopefully the lime spreader doesn't look as ridiculous as this, but nevertheless we'll see you at the trees. Alright, so we've made it to the trees finally. It did take a while, it was a slog to get here, I will admit, but we will get this set up with the lime. Now that, oh, there's the helper there. Probably bring that, bring the little truck around. Right, I do really like this Renault. It's just doesn't quite have the power the Massey has, which is why we are going to switch implements around here. And also the speed. We can go quite a bit quicker with the Massey, and the hills will also prove trouble for the Renault, as it did on the way here. But this should be alright. This shouldn't have any issues at all. Now it would be obviously nice to set helper off in this sort of condition, but unfortunately I don't think we can. It just doesn't fully understand what to do, which is fine, absolutely fine. Another thing that I'm certain, well, not fully certain, but I imagine that Courseplay would be useful for. Right, come on. So this does work very well, and I do enjoy this, but I would like to get to the point where I'm getting big lorry loads full of lime and all that to supply everything. Yeah, because as you can see, that trailer doesn't really like all of the lime on there like that, but we are filling up now, so that's good. Let's have a look. I think, yeah, we'll get it filled, and that should be fine, because every field now that we've limed the first time since buying will be in much better state than when we bought it initially, if that makes sense, because you have to lime from very bad, essentially from bad, really bad all the time. But now that we've done it once, it's at perfect, which means that it'll drop down to just good, and then, yeah, etc, etc, will go from there. So that's all strapped in. We'll get this cleared out the path. We might need to fill up again, but I don't know. Just park up here. Brilliant. And we'll get the, I suppose we could shift the Massey out of the way, because we can't do both the, oh no, I've just thought of something. The sensor is going to get caught up on a tree, I reckon, immediately. Oh no, I guess not. Oh, now it's raining. Okay. Right, well, we'll get the, here, I'll just move this out of the way at least. Doesn't need to be in the field at the moment. But yeah, we can't do them both at the same time anyways, so could have just kept on with the Massey, but nevertheless, I think it will be a requirement for the Slurry, as it will be that much quicker of a job with it. So, and I think in the future I would like to invest in something like this. Nope, that's mowers. This, because then we can just keep it down here and use it on the Renault, and it'll, yeah, we fill it up with 1 or 2 IBCs and it'll be set for a long time, and we'll just keep it down here. But right, for now we'll get back into the Renault here. We'll give it a try. We will activate the sensor, and hopefully we don't have to open it up, because opening it up will definitely cause issues. But it's activated, so it should work. Right, let's crack on. And it seems to be working just fine. So we'll crack on with the time lapse. Alright, all limed up. Very small section here I'm seeing that isn't, but we'll get it now. Completed. Right, so with 44% remaining, actually we should cut through here and collect the rest from the back of the pickup. Might as well get it all loaded off if we can, as much as we can. But yeah, now that we've done the liming, the last thing to do is, oh right, we've got this on. I'm like, why are we going so slow? But yes, we had the sensor on still. So, it is a shame that we can't outfit the Renault with the Isaria sensors directly, but that's fine. It is fine. We will just use the sensor if we have to for when we need. I really would like to try and avoid using this tractor then for this kind of job, and just use it for nut harvesting and potentially yeah, driving around the trailer and all that as well. A little bit, because it is going to be heavy with all the nuts in, so we'll see. Right, that is full up. Beautiful. So we can just tuck this to the side for now as well. And I suppose the next thing we have to do, well, with the rain, I suppose it's not ideal, but we can still get away with it, so that's fine. So we will. We'll see how far we get with one load of slurry. I imagine that it would be a reasonable amount. I'm going to start on this side, and I'm going to stay on the inside. Because what is the spread of the fertilizer? It's 18 meters. That's a lot more than this is going to be. The slurry is 8, I think. Yeah. So we should probably, let's see how far we get with, see, is it, make sure it's on. Turn on crop sensor. Beautiful. Oh, brilliant. Oh, wow, that is perfect. Absolutely perfect. The lime could have not gone more. 18 meters. It doesn't seem like it did 18 meters. Maybe it's 18 meters with fertilizer and less with... Either way, we are doing something to the field, and I'm pleased about it. I guess I just have to accept the fact that it's not always going to read as perfect, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. I suppose... I think someone even mentioned about, oh, how they don't like min-max their farming, and it was definitely not my intention to do that. I just like to have the crops, and arable or otherwise, as profitable as possible. So that is what I'll try and do. But I think for now, with precision farming and having all this organic fertilizer that we do have, with manure and slurry and all that, I think we should just crack on with it and use it as often as possible. And yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be there, which it is. And look at this, we've got our beautiful forest of nut trees. I don't know if you call it that, but yes. Oh my, we're empty. That was very quick, that was too quick. Right, we'll head back to the farm. That was way too quick. But yes, at least we know that it will take a few trips to get it done, which is fine. I knew that coming in, that's why I've got the Massey on. But we will head back to the farm, get some more slurry. We'll see you back here in a moment. Alright, so we're back here now. As you can see, the slurry is spreading over top of the lime. It's not perfect, it is missing a little bit, but it's just the way I've approached the way of doing this. The next time I do it, I will focus on staying straight in the middle of the trees. I might even start in the middle of the field as well, just to give myself a bit of a guideline for the rest of the trees, because they are, it looks like they're fairly evenly spaced apart, the rows themselves, as if like there shouldn't be any sort of worry of whether you're missing or not, because they're all the same distance apart. So I don't know, these ones look a bit close together, but it could just be me being silly. But nevertheless, we are just about out of slurry again. The rain has stopped, so that's very nice. What I'll do then is I will just crack on with this. I'll probably, I don't think I'll put this straight into a time lapse. I am almost done. I'm hoping that we can get one more. Maybe we'll need 2, but nevertheless, we will get this done very quickly, and we'll see you back when we have more slurry. Alright, well, as you can see, we are not at the trees once again. I do have the slurry tanker all ready to go, but I realised the cows were also out of food. These cows eat like mad, and we don't have anything to really feed them after this. We have a little bit of hay remaining, but it'll have to be such a minuscule amount that goes into the mix, primarily silage, but I do need to find a new way to feed these cows, because they are always empty. They're always out of food, and gotta feed them. Got to figure out a way. So either I'm going to buy a bigger mixer, a bigger food mixer, or I'll buy one of those big static ones. But I would like a massive mixer instead. I think that's the preferred option, my preferred option. The reason I say that is because then we can move it around. We do have to go up to the loft to get the bales of hay, and then we have silage here, and yeah, so at least we do have a full mixture of TMR. It's not perfect, but we had to use the least amount of hay as possible, just because we have none left. Right, so we'll get this fed, and we'll see you back at the trees. Right, we are spreading slurry once again, so this will take some time, and this is why I would like to potentially look into the use of a fert spreader that is kind of designed specifically for this area, and it could be used for the vineyards as well when that time comes. This is another reason why I'm quite pleased that that I did get rid of the pigs. Let me sort of clarify. So basically, this allows me the opportunity to really focus on... Well, I didn't realise how much work this farm alone would be. We do have the sheep already, we have the chickens from the start, we have the fully grown Holsteins. So I mean, that alone, that's lots of work right there. Not only that, but I would like to take advantage of this map for its unique features. So in this place, we're dealing with all of these nut trees that normally we wouldn't be able to deal with in a different map, perhaps with mods. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's something different and specific to the map. And I have been actually having a nice think on how to sort of fire up a pig-specific playthrough, because I do like the idea of that. I do really like the idea of doing a pig focused, like a big, like I'm talking big pig farm, like proper pig farm. Right, how many times do you reckon we'll have to pass by? Nitrogen, I'm thinking one more go. A little bit there, and then we get that done very quickly. Now, if you look, I mean, it is, I guess, better than 0. Sort of. I don't think it'll get up to here. We could possibly run through it with a fertilizer spreader as well, just to see how far it goes. But nevertheless, we are just about done slurrying the field. One more bit should do it. So head back to the farm and get some more slurry. Alright, we'll try to maximize the space here in which we're going. I would like to get this done in one if possible. One more pass, but we shall see. Nevertheless, we are getting it done and increasing the nitrogen levels of our new treed area. And I was actually very tempted to do a bit of vlogging as well on this series, but now I think instead of doing any sort of forestry work, we're doing nut tree work instead. So I'm very pleased about that, and I reckon, yeah, we can save forestry for maybe Cool Farm, or maybe some vintage forestry as well. Right, so here's to hoping that this coverage area is sufficient to get this very last strip done. I think I'm gonna let it be the last time, so hopefully it is enough, but nevertheless, like I say, I think if we come through here with the fert spreader, it will perfect the nitrogen on the ground. Again, I could be very wrong about that. I could be very wrong indeed, but it would be nice to know that that is the case. Cool. Let's see if we can just save the rest here. I'll try and get a bit there. Bit of a limed area I missed there. Not a problem. Oh yes, beautiful. Look at that. Just enough. Now, perhaps there was a small area I missed over here. I'll just get very quickly before we crack on. Head back to the farm. Yeah, just this middle bit here. Barely anything worth even talking about. Right, we have an excess now. Unbelievable. Oh, there's a bit of red here. Bit of red. You in the red, love? Let me help you out there. Brilliant. Happy days. Sorry about the isometric camera view there. That is brilliant. I'm very pleased that we got it all done. Now, again, the nitrogen, it doesn't say anything specific about perfect or otherwise, so we're just gonna wait. We'll wait at least a month, maybe 2. Maybe in 2 months' time we'll come down and we'll try and either spread more slurry with hopefully a bigger tank. Actually, if we spread more, it should use less, but we should also try a fertilizer as well. This might be a really good test for it to see how it does, and then eventually we're going to make our way over here. We do have the new Oxbow DLC coming out very soon. That could be very useful for this area, because as you can see, yeah, there's lots and lots of vines here. Actually, this is a fairly reasonably sized area. Price wise, what are we looking at? 66, 67, 41. So reasonably priced would be the very first one here, but eventually I would like to own all of them. I think that would be wicked. And then we do have the actually, hang on, I think this production might be ours already. Oh no, it says buy. Right, so we do have to buy Cruzette wine for £80,000, but that's fine. That's fine, because look at that. Once you come outside, boom, vines and nuts. I love it. Domaine de la Cruzette. I love it. Right, before we end the episode, here, I'll just remove the map there. We do have to head into the Fiat here, eventually. There we are. We do have many, many vehicles now. Right, another thing I was thinking is, so I do have my parallel feeding now fully in effect on both Court Farms and on Vintage, but should I have it on Castelnaud? Now, I don't know if that will help with the feeding or anything, but I am very tempted to do the same I did on the other 2 maps as well, just add in the animal feed change to the XML file, but I don't know if we should or not. Love it. Love the detail of MA7 Studios. They have absolutely knocked it out of the park, as they say, with all the custom work they've done. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Right, so we've taken all the milk we have, and I think the best thing we can do with it... Oh, wow. Yeah, this does struggle a bit, but I mean, really, we're only going from here to there. I am a bit concerned once we get flatbed trailer, though, but we shall see. Just about the weight issues, oh my. But again, this was not about transportation. This was, well, it was, but more about efficiency versus speed and power. In this particular instance, we're not looking for speed and power, we're looking for power and efficiency. Right, we've got so much butter as well. How is this production underway? It's getting on fine. So, just a reminder, I did accidentally buy the bakery. We do not own the bakery yet. So, if I were to buy it in the future, I think I added the money back in. But I would have to pay another take £50,000 out, or whatever it costs to do it again. So, yes, butter is storing. That's great. Milk is full. We literally can't put any more in. And we'll just keep producing butter and selling it. Absolutely brilliant. Right, we can, I'll just shut that down for now. The rest of March might be very quiet, actually. Yeah, I think so. Let's have a look at all the animals. So the cows, as we know, are barely fine, but they are there. Milk is good, emptied out now. Slurry, we did a bit of damage on it, which is brilliant, just because it was so full. The chickens have been fine for months. They will continue to be fine. Oh, wool is getting very full. And I believe that is just this area here. Should be in here, actually. Right, so I was a bit cheeky, and I transferred over a bit to this side. Now, I'm going to do it again, in the hopes that that's fine. I just want to transfer like that. Just straight across. I know it's a bit cheeky, but just to get things out the way. Now this one's not full, so I wonder if I can put that there and have it fill up. I would like to get a small forklift actually in here, because you can't really get a tractor in here, can you? So I'm hoping, here's to hoping at least, that we can get a tractor in here, or a forklift of some kind to move those. Otherwise, we might have to be a bit cheeky as well in the moving of them. Hello there. You've got your little... Oh, is that meant to be open? Oh, blimey. The whole time. So sorry, sheep. so sorry. How have you been getting in and out? Ah, they are magic sheep. We knew they're like the pigs. They are magic as well. Right, I did also want to check before we crack on and move away from the episode. I do want to look in the replacing of the feed mixer. I think we'll keep the feed mixing for this series. So I don't think we'll switch to parallel feeding for this series, only because, I don't know, just to keep it different, I suppose. 22,000 it's worth, eh? Now, animals... Right, so this is the biggest one, I reckon. 24... 22, yeah, that's the biggest. But I did find another one. Let's see if I can just pull up my tab here. Right, so it is... Oh, see that, but they're like hundreds of thousands of pounds nearly. On the other hand, there is the static line. I could get the static line 40 or the static line 200, and those are Silo King mixers, but they are, as it sounds, static. The static line 200 is £80,000 for 200,000 litre capacity. Now, I think that's a stretch. We wouldn't really need that much. The one we have currently is... the smaller version is 40,000, so that's more even than this, and it costs £50,000 as well. So £40,000, or 40,000 litres for £50,000, but you can't move it around. Or you get this, essentially. Yeah, we'll have to see, because they're just so bloody expensive. We might have to lease to own something instead, which is where buying a £100,000 mixer is alright, because we are leasing to own. So that's very, very possible. But we shall see exactly how it goes. Right, well, we do have the cows in view, eating away. But I think I would like to hop back over to our beautiful new fruit trees here and have a look. These ones here, and have a look at them from above, because it is a beautiful sight, I reckon. Oh yes, look at that. All limed, all slurried, all ready to go. Eventually I would like to purchase this little one as well, but this is perfect for now. So there we have it. Right, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, a cheeky thumbs up really does help. And if you're not subscribed and you're new, please subscribe if you like the content that you're watching. Right, well, until the next one, please do take care, and bye for now.